The Island of the Listening Stones, English Story Level 2. Jonah had always been fascinated by the sea. He lived in a small village where fishermen told stories of mysterious islands, hidden treasures, and strange creatures beneath the waves. But among all the tales, one story captured Jonah's imagination the most: an island where stones could listen and answer with faint echoes of truth. One early morning, Jonah boarded his small wooden boat and paddled into the calm sea. The sky was painted with pink clouds, and the water shimmered with soft sunlight. He had heard from an old sailor that the island of the listening stones appeared only when the sea was quiet and the wind gentle. Jonah felt today might be the day. Hours passed as he followed the waves. Just when he thought he had imagined everything, a shape appeared on the horizon. A small island, covered with soft green hills and smooth gray stones, rose from the water. Jonah paddled faster, excitement tightening his chest. When he reached the shore, he stepped onto the sand quietly, almost afraid to break the silence. The island was strangely peaceful. The air carried a sweet scent of ocean flowers, and the stones glimmered in the sunlight. Jonah approached the largest stone, which stood taller than he was. It was smooth, round, and warm to the touch. He gently pressed his hand against it and heard a soft hum. Startled, Jonah pulled back. The stone shimmered slightly. He touched it again and whispered, "Hello." The hum changed into a faint echo of his own voice, but softer, calmer, almost like an answer. Jonah realized the stones truly listened. He walked deeper into the island and found more stones, small ones forming circles, tall ones leaning together like old friends, and flat ones lying near tiny pools of water. Each time Jonah whispered to them, they glowed faintly and echoed his words with gentle tones. Soon he reached the center of the island, where a cluster of stones formed a half circle. Jonah sat between them and closed his eyes. He whispered things he had never told anyone: his worries about growing up, his dreams of traveling the world, his fear of disappointing his family. The stones listened patiently. Then, one by one, they echoed back his words, not repeating them exactly, but changing them slightly, turning fear into courage and doubt into hope. Jonah felt something lift from his heart, as if the island was helping him understand himself more clearly. Suddenly, a soft voice, not an echo, spoke. Jonah turned and saw a woman with sea-blue eyes and hair that flowed like waves. She introduced herself as Narration, the guardian of the listening stones. She'd explained that the stones were ancient, created to help people hear their true feelings. They didn't judge, they simply reflected the honesty people carried within. Narration said Jonah had a rare gift: he could hear the deeper meanings in a stone's echoes, something very few could do. She told him that the island had chosen him, just as it had chosen guardians before her. Jonah felt overwhelmed but honored. He promised to use the gift wisely. Before leaving, Narration handed him a small smooth stone, no bigger than a coin. She said that whenever Jonah felt lost, the stone would guide him with a soft glow. Jonah thanked her and returned to his boat. As he paddled away, the island slowly faded into the mist, as if it had never existed. On the journey home, Jonah held the tiny stone tightly. It glowed faintly in his palm, filling him with warmth. He realized that the world was bigger and more magical than he had ever imagined. From that day on, Jonah listened not just to others, but to the quiet voice inside himself, a voice the stones had helped him hear.